In the year 2020, the Mt09 was voted the best naked bike of the year. I don't know who voted. I don't know who counted the ballots. But if they polled me, or whether they were Democrat or Republican or Communist, I don't know and I don't care. The bike is great. I voted one time right at the dealer, at the Yamaha dealer in Flemington, and I never have looked back. I have never regretted buying my Mt09. My wife got it for me for my 75th birthday. I'm 80 years old now, gonna be 80 in a couple of days. And this bike floats my boat, and I would jury rig any election to get it voted best bike of any year. Anyway, let's go riding. I try to ride every day I possibly can, and I really push that to the limit as much as I can. I have a great riding area that I like to get to ride. It's unfortunately 30 miles each way, and I don't mind that at all. I just deal with that, because once I get there, and this bike, more than any bike, is suited to that area so well. This bike loves the back roads. It doesn't mind if it just rained a little or there's a little bit of schmutz on the road. It's got a great traction control. I love fooling around with the quick shifter. It's the only bike I have that has a quick shifter. So however, the vote went down for Bike of the Year. And I've never been big on believing magazines and different things that they compare this apples to oranges and then they decide it's lemonade. I've never been big on that. I like to, when I'm serious about a motorcycle, I like to go get a demo ride. I like to make sure I have cash in hand, because if I fall in love with a bike, and that's what I did with this, Karen told me, it's my birthday, go pick out a motorcycle, and I did. Luciano kind of voted for the Kawasaki, and I voted for the Mt09. The big draw with this was my good friend Les McDonald, a friend from modeling. He had sent me many emails about how much he enjoyed his and how much he liked his. Kind of swayed my opinion. And of course, the Kawasaki, the retro bike, is a great bike, but I have never regretted picking this bike. This bike has floated my boat in every way, and a lot of times it just exceeds my wildest dream. And I have taken the time over the years, basically in the first 2 years I owned it, to make it my own, make some custom carbon fiber parts, polish some things, and make it my own. In the past, I had sat on bikes at the dealership that I thought were close, and I'd go home, and then once I bought the bike, I'd have to do this or do that or change this or change that. I didn't want to do that with this bike. And luckily for me, I was really fortunate. The bike really just, it's like they built the bike around me. It's amazing. And that was the final closing argument for the bike. So right in the beginning, there were a few things I fell in love with. The engine, absolutely would not want to touch the power band on that engine. Yamaha got that right. What I loved, number two, the sound of the exhaust. It was quiet around town, and it howls at full RPM. that worked great for me because I'm in these populated areas to get to my riding area where I can open it up. Now, it sounds like that would be a small thing. That's a big thing because this bike has a unique sound because it's a cross plane, and I love that sound. I didn't want to alter it. I certainly didn't want to make it sound like something I didn't want it to sound like. And I've heard other bikes. My friend Ray has one with a modification, and it is louder, and some people don't mind that. But if you ride in this area where I'm riding almost every day, that is not in your favor. But there's so many things about the bike that I love that I decided in the first 2 years I had the bike, I polished that exhaust system. I made a video of polishing it. I did a lot of little mods, and I did some big ones, and I'm happy with every single one of them. Now, because I wear prescription sunglasses when I ride or drive a car, this going in and out of the shadows can be a little more challenging than if you didn't wear them. That's for sure. A lot of times people will modify a bike or treat it like a Christmas tree and just keep adding parts until it looks like a Christmas tree. I had a view right from the very beginning of what I wanted the bike to look like, and it took 2 years. I was very careful. Getting rid of the flat black was the biggest thing, and getting things to be shiny black. The mirrors are shiny, around the headlights are shiny black. Getting the scoops that were flat black to be, well, I think, the shiny paint, the blue paint, getting that all to my taste. All the seat parts, and then the final part I made, and there's video on the channel, of course, of making the seat cowl from carbon fiber. It's a unique, one-of-a-kind part I made from carbon fiber and painted with, and thank you, Dennis, for the custom mixed Yamaha paint. I'm old enough to remember back in the 70s, the only thing that magazines cared about was the ET and the terminal speed. And boy, if yours was 1/10 of a second faster than your competitor, oh, that's the bike to have. Now, bikes have evolved, luckily, into much more sophisticated things than just turning a low time at a drag strip. And there's so many things have gotten better. The suspensions, night and day better. This bike has so many safety features, ABS, traction control, things that the throttle control where you can put it in rain mode. Every part of it, it's better, it's safer. Now, I love my antique bikes. I have 4 antique bikes, registered historic, but there is a nice feeling when you get on a modern bike that has all the safety features and a real good set of Michelin 6 tires that you can wear them and know they're not going to step out on you. And when you combine the appearance of the bike with the performance Yamaha gives you, I think it's a great combination. So it's hard to believe that 5 years have gone by since the day we picked this bike up. Vlad got me the carbon fiber fender and hugger. Thank you, Vlad. That worked out great. And it is a little tricky to replace that front fender, believe me. And I look back at all of the paintwork, but it was a long, long journey. Painting the wheels, that was a giant job, and I hand mixed the paint. It's to match my R1. They have matching silver wheels. And of course, I'm a fan of Yamaha Racing Blue, that metallic blue. They got that color right. I don't know. And Dennis, he seems to get the colors right every time he mixes paint for me, whether it's the Yamaha Yellow or the Racing Blue. And thank you again, Dennis. That is a key part of making this bike my own, was getting that paint to be exactly right. It is not a small thing to get Yamaha blue to match and be an exact match. It's got a lot of pearl in it. It's got a lot of metallic in it. And if you don't get it right, what happens when you put it out in the sun, you know it's wrong. At least anybody that looks real close knows it. But that's only the smallest part of it. A part that matters the most to me is that the bike is comfortable. I have my radar detector to save me from all evil things. And the windscreen, which is really just a cosmetic thing. But there's a million little details. Painting those eyebrows around the headlights. Gloss blue changes a lot. That little piece of the fender that's painted. Painting the scoops made a giant difference. Getting rid of the stock part and putting screen in the scoops that you don't have the screws showing. Another thing. Shiny mirrors, making my radar detector with the Jivvy parts. And every one of these steps is on the channel. You can do a search for Mt09 custom parts. All those little carbon fiber side covers. Painting the chain guard. The chain guard was flat black. Now I understand why. This is a very inexpensive bike when you buy it. It was under $9,000. But for basically a can of paint, you can really make it your own. And I love the way the seat cal came out with the little rib in the middle that matches the windshield. It was a perfect match. All those little details add up to one thing that's very, very important to me. The bike suits my riding needs, and I get to vote on if it's the bike of the year. And so far, it's been the bike of the year for me for 5 years in a row. Every time I post an MT09 video, I get positive comments from people who own them. And I get comments from people I think that are anticipating buying one, adding one to their collection. And pretty much those comments are all positive. And I know the new ones have even improved electronics, better this, better that. And it's all in the eye of the beholder about the styling. But the thing that made me the happiest about this whole bike, it suited my needs. So it was the bike that I voted for, and I get to vote. There's only one vote for the bike of the year. Now, if you're interested in a bigger bike, a faster bike, a slower bike, a dirt bike, or whatever, the thing that's beautiful about motorcycling is there's room for everybody. There's room for everybody's taste, and actually pretty much everybody's budget. And all you have to remember is just get up in the morning and get out on the open road. Now, if you're new to our channel, we have a very, very eclectic channel. One of the new features we have now is some of the videos are grouped into groups that you can access all the videos for one category in one mouse click. And it should be very convenient and very handy. Just check out the feature on the main screen playlist. And thanks to everybody for supporting the channel. We appreciate your support, and it makes this channel possible with all the things we do, the painting, the wheels, the polishing. And please take a second or two and hit the like button. And thanks everyone for watching.